The following is a presentation of the Hello Chicago Network.
Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yannishatis, and it's time to focus. And today we're focusing on the Chicago Cubs. Let's start with how the week went for them. They played 3 games in DC. They're able to win the series in DC against the Nationals. They lose the opener, able to bounce back with 2 nice wins after that. So a nice job there by the Northsiders. The offense was able to step up play. Well, actually, they might have won the first and third, but nonetheless, they win the series there in DC. It's a young Nationals team, so the Cubs able to take advantage there. They had a 3-game series in Detroit. They faced Tarek Skubal in game 1. I guess they had the bases loaded, nobody out in the first inning, couldn't get anything after that. And I guess a bad base running play, so they lose the opener. Game 2, Cubs offense came alive. They win that one, and then Sunday they're unable to get the win, so they lose the series 2-1. So they lose the series. First series, I think they won 8 series in a row before that. But really the time, and I'm not that kind of Cub fan where I'm always saying, oh, the umpires. The umpires were terrible in this series, and it felt like, especially Saturday and Sunday, the umpires were against the Cubs. It was just bad calls. Even Sunday, the home plate umpire ejected Nico Horner. Nico Horner said to him, "I think you're having a bad game," and he tosses him, leads to Craig Counsell getting tossed. So just a bad break there. And I think it's because my thought is that the quick hook, the home plate umpire was at first base the day before, and I believe the Cubs dugout's on the first base side. So if that's the case, he heard the Cubs chirping, so he was fed up with it, and he wanted to make a statement. Well, guess what? Joe West is gone. Angel Hernandez is gone. It's not about the umpires. So you're ejecting Nico Horner, who's not a guy that argues. He's just saying, listen, it was a bad call and you're having a bad game, and they weren't strike calls. So bad breaks for the Cubs. They lose the series there. They go into the week 4 games up in the Central over the Cardinals. I think it's 4.5 over the 4.5 or 5. I think it's 5 over the Brewers. I check the standings almost every day. 5.5 going into the week. So 4 over the Cardinals, 5.5 over the Brewers. With 4-game series with the Cardinals at the end of the month, and then a week from less than a week. A week from today, we're doing the watch long in the finale of the series. But so it should be fun there. But again, some big series by the end of this month, and by the All-Star break, we should see. I'm waiting for that shoe to drop as my light goes out on this. But nonetheless, it is. We're hoping to see this team continue to play just as good. But this week, 3 at the Phillies. Phillies got swept by the Brewers, lose 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays, got swept by the Pirates. I'm going to try to turn this on real quick. So as I was saying, they lose 2 out of 3 to the Tigers. They did win the series against the Nationals. They have a 4-game lead on the Cardinals. They have a 5.5-game lead over the Brewers, with those still meetings with those 2 teams left before the All-Star break. 3 in Philadelphia. Phillies again lost. Got swept by the Brewers, lose 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays, got swept by the Pirates. Cubs did have to face Zach Wheeler on Monday, so we'll see how that series goes. And Bryce Harper's on the injured list, so hopefully they don't get hot. Let them get hot after this series, and hopefully the Cubs can at least take 2 out of 3 to finish off this road trip before they return home for 10 games. And they'll start with a 4-game series against the Pirates on Thursday. They will have to face Paul Skeens coming up on Friday. So overall, you want to try to best case, you take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies and 3 out of 4 from the Pirates, and then you'll face the Milwaukee Brewers after that, which I think is going to be a very fun series as well. We're getting closer and closer to the trade deadline, All-Star break. All-Star break's when we'll start talking where this team's going to be and standings, and that's when, and then trade deadline as well. So I look at I check out the standings every day, but you can't really worry about them in June, and you still got so many games. You haven't even played the Cardinals. You had a big 4-game series at the end of this month. So I think at the end of this month, we'll be able to tell where this Cub team is tomorrow. So comment below your thoughts on the Cubs. I'm still that pessimistic Cub fan where everyone's saying they're so good, and I'm still waiting for that other shoe to fall. But Shota should be back soon. Hopefully, you get Javier Assad back. Hopefully, this team can get healthy. Then you add a couple pieces, and then they could only be a piece or two away from a deep run. We'll have to see. Comment below your thoughts. Like the video if you like what you see and hear, and subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel every Monday through Friday, 3:12 Central. We're focusing on Chicago sports. Sometimes the lights go out, and sometimes we just got to turn it back on. It is what it is here on the Hello Chicago Network. And speaking of that, this summer we're going to be doing something special. I just finished my 30 ballparks. So we're going to, during the summer, we're not going to be talking so much baseball. We're going to be looking back at Ryan was there, and I'm going to be giving you my reviews. I've recorded them over the years, my reviews of each ballpark. So, and it's going to lead to a big one that'll be announced at a later date. But Ryan was there. Chase for 30. We're going to do a bunch of them this summer because there's going to be days. Summer's a lull, and hopefully you guys will enjoy those. So those will be coming up. Ryan was there. Chase 30. Looking forward to that. Tomorrow, Father's Day focus. A 20-minute interview with my dad. Check it out. As we talk baseball, there's tears shed on it. So did I cry? Did my dad cry? Check it out, and you'll figure it out. And then just a great interview, and honored to get a chance to do. And then next Thursday, the fan focus, where I'm going to be doing a watch along for Cubs Brewers. And it should be fun there, the finale of the series. So looking forward to all that exciting stuff coming your way here on the Hello Chicago Network. So that'll do it. I'm Ryan Yannishatis from the Hello Chicago Network, and we're the focus of Chicago sports.